there. What do you think, Samler? I mean, is it time to have the American hate train leave the station? Are we there yet?
Well, I mean, considering we're still in it, no. I think we still need to give them a little bit of hope here. We need to kind of get behind Echo Fox and hope. The big point that Doran made, right, going into it is, can Sean Gares find a weakness in the Na'Vi lineup? Does he actually have something prepped to go up against one of these ultra-strong European teams on this map? And look at this, already he's managed to sneak his way out through A main, and it's going to be a crush onto the A side. Very quick execute coming out here from Echo Fox.
Yeah, and you can tell Na'Vi are not expecting this kind of a pace already. Some really good trades coming in, and now Roka going to be picking up a kill on Flamey, down to Guardian. Not a bad player to have left in a 1-on-2, but they still have not got the bomb down, and it's actually on the other side of the carriage right now. He's walking right in that shot, not checking the Ivy angle, and that's going to be Sean picking up the final kill of the round. Very, very fast round coming out of Echo Fox, and yeah, good pace there.
That is good. It might be something that could throw Na'Vi off guard. Maybe that's what Sean is counting on with this sort of quick pace that he throws out right off the gates. Maybe Na'Vi are expecting them to play a little scared, play a little slow, and try and feel things out rather, because Na'Vi are obviously like the monster team in this matchup, the team to beat. So they might be expecting Echo Fox to try and feel things out a little bit. Instead, Sean just shows, no, we have no fear, or we're not going to respect you. We're just going to go. We have a plan. It's not like they're just running out randomly. Like, they had the plan to split onto A from multiple points. They just didn't waste any time. They got right in Na'Vi's face.
We see a really classic setup, obviously. The wall of smokes going into the A-bomb side. Everyone who's watched Counter-Strike on Train before will already know what looks like. Roka coming up with two pretty good kills early on. Seized, who's always, I think, a key player on the Na'Vi team, picking up a good kill there with the C-set 75. And Edward probably wishes there was a bit more cover up there, but you can shoot through that wall, and that's a triple for Roka. Down to Seized.
Yeah, that's a good start for Roka as well. I mean, the desk there, you have to talk about him. There is going to be a lot of weight on him. He has to be one of the heavy hitters here for Echo Fox that you need to count on getting kills. So, I mean, granted, they're eco frags, but still, that's feel-good stuff that's going to get the confidence up for when you go up against Na'Vi with the rifles, right? And so Roka, you know, right now he's sitting on the 4 kills total. He got 1 in the pistol round as well. And we'll see if C's can actually find something. If he can actually pick up a kill here, that's Shazam going hunting solo with the AK. Nobody close enough. Well, they would have had time to hunt C's down if he'd have died. But still, you know, this is one of my pet peeves, Anders, where it's just like, you're off hunting with basically the one gun that you want to save. What happens if you die and the guy runs away with it? Well, then that's just silly, right? You just donated $2,700 for nothing.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risk, and I mean, honestly, those are some of the plays that I sometimes worry about Shazam especially making. I feel like he can sometimes be at his best when he is aggressive, but he seems to sort of fail sometimes to find the point where he has to start playing a bit more defensively. Just the aggression is too much sometimes, and then it can backfire. Hopefully we won't see that just yet. Another round coming up here, and Na'Vi not able to afford any kind of armor yet, so we're going to be just pistols all across the border. The Flamey with the Deagle, which he has a bit of a track record with as well, so I don't mind that too much.
This is a bit of a problem here. This could get expensive, because Echo Fox, they try to throw a fake on the A site, and they run right out onto B, where there's a stack for Na'Vi. They do manage to trade up effectively here. Shazam with the high ground advantage, making good use of it, finds the headshot on Guardian, and the last kill on Zeus. But that could have got a little hairy there for Echo Fox. They didn't show anybody. Zeus was waiting alone on A side, right? And the 4 other players, remaining players for Na'Vi, were stacked on B. The thing is that Zeus is like, okay, I see the smokes coming in from Echo Fox, but I don't see anybody. And so Na'Vi, they don't move. They just sit tight on B site. And they actually managed to get a couple kills out of it.
Pretty good start for Shazam. I think he's 7-0-1 right now, and we got Roka with 5-0-0. So I mean, it's pretty early days here on Train, but still not necessarily a bad start. I'm definitely going to want to look for Freakazoid later on, because I want to see if he's still doing good sort of entry frags, like he definitely was on Cloud9. So interested to see how that's going to be working out. Flamey listening and maybe even spotting a couple of people. That smoke barely covering Shazam. And look at Flamey. Position is perfect. Going to pick up 2 kills there. C's taking out 1 as well. The bomb is dropped, and Shazam does bring back the shot, but still a 2-on-2 here.
Excellent shot from Shazam to bring it back. That was so key. Freakazoid picking off a kill on Edward as well. That was important. He actually got a double kill on that A site. And so Flamey probably just called for the rotation. The whole point for Freakazoid is to lurk out there, and he got out there very early. So Na'Vi just never had any idea that he was waiting around for him. Still a 2-on-2. That was good defense set up there by Flamey with the double kill. The aggressive kind of defense that you really do need to see out of the B site on the CT side. You want them to be pushing up into brown halls. You want them to try and at least destabilize the T side as they try and set up for a play towards B. So he did that at least, but now 2-on-2 situation with 50 seconds left.
It's a bit of a shame that C's doesn't have any grenades to buy time, and that's a great shot. Sean going to be going down. Now it really is all on Shazam. He's got 40 seconds here, and Zeus is obviously going to be slowly creeping closer. You could see that on the minimap there on the top left. Shazam up on the train. This is such a hard position to win, because as soon as he taps the bomb, they're going to hear it, and they're going to move closer. So he's not even going to fake it, just holds it down, and that's a bit brave, but I kind of like that tactic right now. You kind of have to go all in a 1-on-2 like this. He's going to go for the peek there, misses the shot. He's still trapped in there, going to be going down to seized. Triple kill here for the Russian player, and that will be a first round for Na'Vi.
That's why, you know, going into it, there's always going to be that star player, right, that you need to cover. But Na'Vi, the reason why they're one of the teams to beat right now, they're the best in the world, is that they have players like Flamey, and most importantly, they have players like C's that they can count on to deliver. Flamey and Guardian have, for a long time, right, been that 1-2 punch combination that Na'Vi have counted on, right? Flamey with the rifle, Guardian with the AWP, but C's is also showing himself over the past several months. He's showing that he is perfectly capable of picking up that AWP and having an impact with it round after round as well. You can count on this guy to get kills with a sniper rifle.
And something else to take away from that round is the fact that obviously Shazam had the AWP and Seized had his, so now they go straight into a double AWP setup here. Now, Guardian hasn't killed anyone yet, but they've won the 4th round, and everything is kind of on track at the moment for Na'Vi. They're going to be in a great position if they can win this round. But EchoFox, they have a really, really good opportunity right now to just take a round home, reset Na'Vi, and really have a good first half if they could just do this. Shazam there. Oh, that's such a good peek, but just doesn't work out. You could see he had the angle and he knew exactly where Cease was going to be standing. He was just off, I think, by a couple of pixels.
Yeah, that was so close. He was just trying to get that crouch in there. And now Freakazoid, he's got a chance to try and bring it back here. And actually, Cease running away. Freak, if he peeks right now, that was it. He had the golden opportunity to get a kill to bring it back to a 4-on-4, but instead Cease manages to fall back towards the site. So EchoFox still in control with the bomb up in B halls. So they can still actually post up over here, but with a minute left, they still haven't found anything to make life easier for them. One thing that they have succeeded in doing is they've gotten Na'Vi to throw out quite a few of their grenades. And so Na'Vi now, they just have like a couple of HEs, not really useful when a push is coming into the site, and they're down to 3 flashes and a single smoke. So now it comes down to when they actually get to force those out, but it looks like EchoFox right now, at least, they are setting up for an A play once again.
Zeus playing fairly aggressively out in the A courtyard, which I definitely like. It means the grenades, again, that they're going to be throwing in here, they're going to land behind Zeus' position, and they need to be ready for that on the EchoFox side. Zeus moving up so aggressively, and wow, Roka taking him down with a jumping AK shot. That's a ridiculous way to make an entry into a bomb site. Now it's a 4-on-4, and the bomb not quite going to get planted there. Freakazoid denied, and that's a really big deal. Only 20 seconds left now. Roka trying to see if he can get a bit more in, but Edward going to be able to take him out. Sean with a good flick with the AWP, but I'm not sure it's enough anymore. It's only 12 seconds left here. Trying to see if they can make it home. Great headshot coming out there. Trying to follow it up. Good spray, making it a double. Guardian coming in from behind. 4 seconds. He's going to miss the shot. And Sean, he can't fake it. He has to hold it in, and Guardian knows it. What a horrible way to lose a round. Triple kill for Guardian, but those last 2 kills, only really the time meant they couldn't win that round.
If they'd have had an extra 10 seconds to play with, it could have looked totally different. You're right, they ran it down, but that defense setup from Na'Vi, from Guardian originally, not giving away the easy entry kill, it was a bit, kind of sucked for Zeus. I think it was Zeus, yeah, Zeus who was holding close to A main at the beginning, that he just got jumping headshot there by Roka to start things off. I mean, he could have just completely shut it down right there. If he takes out Roka and holds close to A main, it doesn't get past that point pretty much for EchoFox. But Ricks actually showed up big in that round with the double spray down to bring it back and make it close at least. Now they're trying to change up the pace here. EchoFox, it's an eco round. They're just going charging out onto the B site, and Flamey, with the help of Seized, just completely shutting him down. No hope. Only dropping Flamey there in the end for EchoFox. A single kill on a hard eco. It's not the end of the world, but we have a pause coming in. So is this a technical? I'm assuming this is a technical. It's a bit easy. Yeah. Or it's a bit early, rather.
It is a bit of a technical thing. I think it's the Na'Vi coach that's just got to get himself sorted out. That's Starix as well. You could see him in the back line there, and absolutely a key component of this team. Starix obviously used to play with some of these members, at least, Edward and Zeus, amongst others, in the original Na'Vi lineup that sort of dominated and absolutely crushed people in 1.6 way back in the day. And for some reason, I assumed that when he was going to be out of active sort of playing, that maybe he'd just drop off the face of the earth. And actually, it turns out he's been one of the few successful coaches that we have, and has put in a tremendous amount of work to make this team work.
I mean, the big thing here is that he was one of the first coaches to really step back and take that 6th-man in-game leader role. Because for the longest time now, Starix, for months on end now, what is it, like 8 months at least, he's been calling the shots for Na'Vi. So, I mean, he has been the in-game leader, and had quite a few chances actually to talk with him about it, because it's a whole different sort of ball game, right? Where he's like, okay, I'm not in the server, but I'm the one who has to, you know, gather all the information from behind, and technical difficulties.
We're embracing the memes.
Clearly.
Someone should have told me. I would have prepared myself mentally.
Me too, right? But I mean, Starks is just, he's been the in-game leader for months now for Na'Vi, and that's been the big thing. Now they're finally starting to respect his calls. He's got the team playing the way that he wants. Zeus still has a little bit of a say sometimes, but it's very much down to Starks to get the game plan going here for Na'Vi on every map.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about this, about Sean Gare's ability on Echo Fox to sort of, you know, anti-strat the other team, go and do the research, figure out how they play, and obviously that's Stark's role. I think the thing that's always been such a detriment to Sean's career in Global Offensive is that he's always had to play and do all this research. And it seems to be, it's almost too much for one player, especially now that other teams have a sixth or even a seventh guy sometimes doing this job, right? Mm-hmm. It seems like Sean always ends up in a position where he has to do that and also calling in-game, and it's such a lot of work for one person.
Yeah, no, Starks' work ethic is nuts. It's been like this for ages, but you know, as soon as he dropped into the coach role, he was just like, right, so I'm literally going to watch all the demos, anti-strat, all the teams, get my team as prepared as possible, and then on top of that, then he shifted into the in-game leader role where he's like, right, okay, now that I'm doing all this preparation work, I'm going to be the one calling the shots. The one thing is he doesn't have to worry about refining his aim, right? He doesn't need to worry about actually being in the server. He can just absorb all this like a giant sponge and just actually, you know, make sure that his thoughts are clear in the server. He doesn't have to focus on headshots anymore. He just has to call the shots. So, I mean, it's been an interesting progression following how well Na'Vi have played, because they were one of the first teams to actually pick up that sixth man in-game leader, right? The guy who isn't in the server. It's a heated debate about that as well, as far as, you know, should that happen, shouldn't it? You know, should the in-game leader be in the team, in the server, or should it be a coach sort of role situation who's calling the shots?
Well, look at this aggressive move coming out down at Ivy from Guardian, in fact, who's moving up, and Shazam is on the other side, and he seems to be on point. He did sort of preemptively try and shoot that position from Seized over at the B-bomb side the last round. This time he's ready over at Ivy, and he's got the right read, but he still needs to make the kill. And the thing is, as long as Guardian is here, think of how many tactics they can eliminate that Echo Fox aren't doing just because Guardian is here. They know that it's not going to be a three-way crunch into the A-bomb side. There's a lot of other things that go out the window, and Roka going to be going down, and that's all Guardian wanted. So great start.
Yeah, exactly. And he plays it so well. He's just waiting. It's the waiting game. I mean, Shazam is obviously prepared for him to go aggressive, but Guardian knows, so long as I sit here and hold, there's nothing they can really do, and Roka just donates himself. So it's a man advantage once again here for Na'Vi, and look at this aggressive peek coming in here from C. Spots the man, and he does get the kill on Shazam, but there was a chance there for Shazam to get a kill for free. Instead, it's Seized with two, and he couldn't even pick up a third. He drops Freakazoid, and just like that, I mean, Sean Gares has got to be left wondering, what the hell happened to my team? They're all dead.
Yeah, he's not talking right now, you could tell on that a little there. It's really trying to see if he can maybe just get a couple of kills in here, which is pretty much what he has to try and do. At least one, but preferably two, and it's just going to be the one there. What a great round from Seized. And honestly, this is the sort of round where Echo Fox start to, or they should start to get the feeling that Na'Vi are not really going to respect us, because you're not supposed to be able to walk up into white holes like that and just pick up 3 kills. Like, I mean, this is almost obscene. And that makes you feel, if you're on the terror side right now, that's going to make you feel like we might be outcast in this game.
Especially because, you know, going off of like the fundamentals, right? The way that Na'Vi would play that against a team they respect is, great, Guardian got the first kill, everybody fall back to the site, make it impossible for Echo Fox to pick up a trade kill, to bring it back to a 4-on-4, to make their lives easier, right? Instead, Seized just does the complete opposite. He's like, yeah, still just gonna go and look for the kill. Nice bait there, actually, from Shazam, jumping in first to draw the shot, and there's some info gained. And Echo Fox, man, that turn of speed, once again, trying to make it work. Freakazoid gonna be able to trade, but Flavy's there, big spray from him. And once again, Echo Fox find themselves running into the blender.
And only the one kill. Again, this is not enough. If you're losing rounds on the terrorist side, especially on the terrorist side of Train, you could justify that if you keep doing enough damage. But right now, Na'Vi's economy is essentially exploding. We've got almost 10,000 Cs at the beginning of this round, and Zeus is a bit low on 1,800, but they have enough money that they can easily take a lost Na'Vi and still continue to buy. And that's something that Echo Fox need to prevent. They need to get into that zone where at least they're just one round away from getting back into the game. And that's not happening right now, so they need, on the basic level, they just need to do more damage to Na'Vi.
Now they know what's going on, Guardian. This is what makes him such a versatile, such a powerful opera, is his ability to just change up on the map, make it difficult to predict where he's coming from. Flamey's there to set it up, but it will be a trade coming in from Freakazoid. So they maintain the man advantage. It actually works here for Echo Fox. Based off of C's trying to go aggressive in upper halls there towards the B site. He gets picked off, and that kind of started it all off for Echo Fox. Interesting, though, that Echo Fox aren't going to just commit behind this, though.
Yeah, but look at it on the other side, though. Na'Vi know they're a man down. They need to take a chance to get back in the game, and it's going to be Guardian trying to do that. In fact, even though he's been revealed to be here, he's still going to stick around that grenade, doing a tremendous amount of damage to him, and now it's a 3-on-4. And that little attempt to be aggressive, it's quite a good idea. It's actually sort of almost textbook CT side. If you're a man down, you can, I mean, if they stack like they are right now, 2 in B, 1 in A, that's a very risky setup. Almost preferred if they put everyone in one bomb site, or did what they just did, which is try and go aggressive.
They have so little information to go off of, though, right now. Guardian, you can see him for a second looking back towards CT spawn. He realizes Alley's been open forever. They could have worked their way back into a pinch kind of play here from Echo Fox, but it's going to be much more direct than that. They're just going to go charging out onto the site. Freakazoid leads the way, looking for the entry. Edward's there to pick up one. Edward with the double. Guardian from on top of the bomb train is going to pick off Shangers, and just like that, it's down to Rix in a 1v2. He does have the bomb to work with at least, but he's only got the 20 seconds to make the play here, and he's going to get spotted by Zeus. The game is up.
Yeah, this is really a big problem. He's sandwiched in here, and really no chance to make it out, I think. Simply not enough time. He's going to pick up the 1 kill on Zeus there, but 10 seconds. He can't run back to the A bomb side. You could tell he wanted to. He's going to get the bomb plant down. There's a minuscule chance he could do this. He's got 2 health left, 6 bullets. Hasn't actually reloaded yet, just walking around here, and Guardian sneaking right past him. Rick's a little bit worried, and he's going to get the wrong timing. Guardian will take him out. That's such a close round, and you got to give credit to Echo Fox. This is a round where they at least get the bomb down, they get 4 kills, they do real damage to Na'Vi.
Got to give it to Rix, though. I mean, he made it close. Both rounds that have kind of gotten real close on rifle rounds between both of these teams, it's been Rix, you know, managing to do quite a bit of damage, at least making it competitive for, or giving himself a shot, rather, in a 1v1 scenario, rather than him just getting sandwiched in. So it didn't work out that time, but Rix is showing up. He's getting some kills on the board here that are impact frags, not just, you know, your anti-eco farm kind of kills.
Oh, so look at Na'Vi. They're merciless at this point. 2 AWPs, 1 auto sniper. And a map like Train, you've already seen how much these smokes matter in terms of blocking off vision from on the CT side, so you can sort of run in and get the bomb down. That auto sniper doesn't care about the wall of smokes. It'll just chew right through anyone on the other side, and you don't have to really even know what you're aiming for. At least some of the time you can just hold it down and get a couple of kills in, and even just 1 tap will drop someone to roughly half health, so you don't need to be very accurate either. And
Na'Vi, they're tired of waiting around. They've already got Guardian. They stacked 4 on A site early on. Guardian has worked his way out through Alley. He sees nobody, and that's going to prompt Flamey and Zeus to start rotating over towards this B site. Edward won't be along either, and so Echo Fox, they are going to be able to get that bomb down. That's the important bit. They get the smoke up to give him the space, and now Flamey's got the angle on Freakazoid holding on upper. No reason for Freak to peek. He is really looking for this fight, though, and Flamey's going to tag him down low. Not going to get the kill. And so 5 on 5, and Shazam finds the pick on Flamey at connector. Shangers takes out Zeus. He was holding close. And now all of a sudden it's looking very promising here for Echo Fox.
Great constellation of grenades being used by Echo Fox to get into that bomb site. Actually very clever. The grenade raining in. Oh, Freak! He's going to survive that. I thought for sure he was going to be dead. And now all on Guardian. 1 versus 4, and it is not worth it for him to try and fight this. Even with the damage that he could do, I think they need to save this AWP again. Based off the fact that the last round, Na'Vi lost 4 members. They got to be careful here that they don't give up this AWP. That's going to make it 6-4. Still favoring Na'Vi, but Echo Fox, I mean, they're well in this game. This is far from decided. Na'Vi still plenty of money to buy, but if they could win 1 more round here, then we could get into an interesting position.
What's really good for Echo Fox is that they kept so many players alive in the end. I mean, they did go for the challenge towards the end there. Guardian actually missing some shots that I'd expect him to hit, to be frank. He is looking just a little shaky, but still, keeping those 4 players actually gives Echo Fox a buffer now. You can see 4 of them actually starting around $3,000. So even if they lose this round, they could go into kind of force buy scenario where they aren't just going to go right back to pistols. So now Echo Fox have a little bit of room to work with here, a little bit of room to maneuver with. But it's 6-4. Na'Vi still in the lead. Yeah, Na'Vi fully bought up. Double AWP once again. We have to see. Echo Fox, they've had some success with this quick wrap onto A through Alley. 3 players pushing. Zeus is going to be able to back off just in time, and now they're set up and ready for it, Echo Fox.
What a great entry. Roka picking up Zeus. Guardian in the center of the bomb site right now, and he's very good in this position, but he's immediately going to be taken out by a Freak, and Roka going to be going down. Sean even picking up a kill now on Edward. This is looking very good for the American side. Molotov gonna leave Edward Flamey alone here on 11 health, and he can't even go back. He'd walk into the fire if he tried. Great headshots coming through, and they finally do bring him down. Rix with a good kill, and it's a team ace. Every single member of Echo Fox picking up 1 kill each. That's consecutive rounds, and Navi, they really shouldn't try and buy right now. This is a great start for Echo Fox. I'm impressed.
They shouldn't, but they will. Because why show respect? I think what they're thinking right now, well, we dropped them down to 2 players last round, right? So they're going to spend a lot of that money that they're building up. We might be able to put them in an awkward situation economically if we can actually pull this off. It's just going to be rough for Navi because it's going to be pistols if they lose this.
Yeah, given how good Navi potentially can be on the T side as well, pretty much on almost any map, I feel like this is a bit much, but great start for Seized. Rick's just going to come charging through, and they can't actually find him. Guardian picking up a kill as well, and 1 more pellet there, and Roka's going to be gone. He's on 1 health. Oh, Seized! No mercy at all, but he jumps, and that jump meant he was going to fire right over Roka. Can't pick up the 2nd kill either, and Sean all alone. Navi, big risk, I would say, but it definitely is paying off right now.
That's the individual play, man, making all of the difference. 2 for Seized, 2 for Flamey, a single kill for Guardian. But more importantly, Echo Fox, they looked so good, like they were starting to develop some real pressure here on Navi. Instead, they get shut down by a single man with a Mag 7. And what's worse is that once again, Echo Fox, they led with the bomb into upper halls. And you know, that's what they've been doing that a couple times so far. They haven't been punished for it. This time around, the first guy running through the smoke, he's got the bomb. And so Echo Fox can't back off. They can't just, back off of that situation. Eventually, they have to get back into the halls to actually pick up that bomb to have a chance at winning the round. And so that 1 kill from Seized made all the difference there. And once again, well, Seized goes straight back to the Mag 7. Why not? Get that shotgun money.
Yeah, and he's being extremely aggressive as well. Rick's there, very low on health, and Seized, inspecting his weapon as he makes his way around the corner. Why not? That's a great opening frag, and one of those, again, that makes you think, God, can we actually win this? Because they seem so confident.
And now Navi, they get the accurate read. This is Starks coming into play. They're like, okay, you want to go back to the 3 towards alley strategy once again? That's Seized just going ultra aggressive. As the Echo Fox, they go right back to what worked in the past. Somehow Guardian gets caught off guard, and that's Sean Gares who's going to be able to press forward, looking for the kill on Flamey. Decides to help him out a little bit, and Flamey will find 2. Zeus through the smoke, spraying, picks up another kill. And it's down to Freakazoid now in a 1v2. This did get a little too chaotic, though. Even with Navi prepared, they did end up taking quite a bit of damage here.
Definitely a bit much how that Flamey managed to get both those kills in there. He looked trapped, he was sandwiched in, and there was just a bit of confusion. I think Freak, he has got a real chance to do this. I mean, they don't have a lot of health. If he just finds the right angle with the AK, it could definitely be working out. And he has got the bomb in about 37 seconds here, so we'll see if it's going to be working out. I'd say very hard for him to win this. If he gets the bomb down, the one advantage he has is that he got the 2 smoke, or the smoke and the Molotov here. So he's got some grenades to work with and maybe try and force Navi into an uncomfortable situation. But I think Freak might actually be outplaying himself in this round.
He's hoping to actually catch somebody in the back here as he works his way through Connector. Unfortunately, he will be able to spot the man out in the open. That's Seized, who's about to get roasted, but then Seized trades the nade first. Lands the HE, dunks Freakazoid. That's an 8th round on the board now for Navi. And that's, what, 3 clutch rounds that Echo Fox haven't been able to win. Just think of the scoreline that we're looking at, because they're getting these 1v1 situations. They just aren't able to come through in them. Well, 1v2 in that last round, obviously. But these clutch situations, that's what's really making the difference here for Navi and keeping them ahead in the scoreline, 8-5. It's Echo Fox. There's 3 rounds where if they could have just pulled it off, we could be looking at them in the lead on T side here.
Yeah, but I still think, considering the caliber of opponent they're up against here, 8-5 is fairly respectable at the moment. We are in the 14th round, so just nearing the end of the half here, and we'll see if... I think if they could just get 1 more on board, we could have a fun game in our hands. Seized, again, lack of respect entirely. MP9 coming in from behind, and he actually only just going to get the 1 kill. It's a bit of a shame. Looked like he was set up for a good triple then, and that will be a quick round indeed. Only Edward going down.
Nice spray by Zeus. Good control with the M4. Definitely expect that kind of play from him. Even if it can get a little chaotic over there towards alley, one of the more difficult positions on train to worry about because you have to constantly be worried about getting picked off from A main as well as obviously the push coming in through alley. So we're in the 15th round, last round of this first half. Navi lead 9-5. And Echo Fox now, they have a chance to bring this back, or at least give themselves a good fighting chance going into the second half here. 5 rounds, you're right. It's pretty solid work on T side, but if they could get that 6th round, means that if they win that pistol on their CT side, they're tied up with Navi and they're looking great. So we have to see if they're going to be able to pull that off here. But once again, leading with the bomb, this is so scary.
See, setting up. What a clean peek that was. He even spotted the second man and actually had to adjust his aim, so that's just so smooth. And he's also top fragging in the game. He's doing incredibly well at the moment. And now Edward going to be sneaking in, setting up for one, getting a double as well, trying for the transfer, but not quite going to work out. Ends up going down, but that's still devastating. They were setting up for a bit of an attack into the bomb side, and he just gets shot down. Rix all on his own. That will be 10-5 in favor of Na'Vi for the first half. And Echo Fox, I mean, definitely there were a lot of things to look at here, but just on some of the main issues, they just couldn't quite carry it home.
Oh yeah, there was some hand waving there from some frustration, pretty clear there on Sean Garrett's face. He was not happy about how that broke down. The fact that, I mean, okay, C's gets the first pick, right? Okay, that can happen. Unfortunately, you had that extra man there. It didn't pan out. But for Edward to just work his way up Pop Dog like that and just completely backstab, like just hamstring your offense on that B site, that's not supposed to happen. And so Sean knows. But we'll find out how this second half will play out after the break. All right, welcome back from that short break. We're going live with the second half here between Na'Vi and Echo Fox. But first, I got to tell you to download Team Stream, the free app from Bleacher Report, and follow the eSports stream for all the latest Eleague and eSports news. Hey, Alex, I miss you, babe. All right, so, I mean, what do you think, Anders? I mean, so far, is this playing out how you expected in the first half?
No, I think I was expecting Na'Vi to actually beat up Echo Fox quite a bit more. I think Seized and Flamey played really well in that first half, but not so much flashy plays coming out of Guardian. Maybe he wasn't needed as much, but I think this could have been much worse, actually.
Yeah, that's, I mean, they could have been. They definitely got a few rounds. I mean, I brought it up towards the end of the first half there, where I'm just like, they could have had a few more clutch wins, and that could have changed the picture, right? That would have broken Navi's economy. We could be looking at Echo Fox with a much stronger scoreline going into the second half. But if we want to look at, like, historically on Train, you know, getting 5 rounds T-side, it's not too bad. You can definitely work with that.
What we're saying is it could have been better, and it could have been worse. Could have great breakdown, right?
Right, I know. We're on point, right?
Well, what we have here is a very aggressive first pistol round coming out here of Na'Vi, trying to see if they can make this work. Roka going to be going down, so that is a good start. And they have a Molotov, and everybody knows what that means. They're going to try and stop the bomb from being defused by putting down the Molotov from the high ground. There are 2 smokes, 3 smokes, in fact, from Echo Fox. So chances are that's not going to work. Right now, they have a real chance of doing this, and Shazam with a good shot coming through, starting it off. Zeus picking up, but that's Edward, actually. There's Zeus with the kill on Rix, and now Sean and Shazam going to be the last 2 left in a 2-on-4. So bit of a shame for Echo Fox, because they had all the tools to stop this play from Na'Vi, just not the kills.
Yeah, and he's trying to get in there, actually, Shazam. That's the right play, because he's the man with the kit. But unfortunately, Sean Garrett is going to get donated to Zeus, who picks up 3 kills in that pistol round. And, well, it's so key for Na'Vi, because they end up actually just getting the aggressive push once the bomb goes down.
So basically, if you put the bomb down in this position and you leave 1 player on the terrorist side back here with a Molotov, you could sort of bounce it off of this wall and it'll land down here anyway. And the only way to stop it really is if you have smokes on the CT side to cancel out the Molotov, which they had, but none of that matters when you're not getting the kills. But it's a nice idea for both teams, and you can see that EchoFox were aware that that might have happened. Na'Vi, they didn't even need that part of the plan to win the round, though.
No, Zeus did exactly what was necessary, which was to push forward aggressively and take the fight to the CT side. It's when you get sandwiched onto the site as terrorists that things can go south for you, and that's how you lose the round. But look at this, total lack of respect once again here from Na'Vi, not wasting any time at all. Guardian goes charging out, takes out Roka, and while the rotation is coming in here for EchoFox, but the damage is done. This time, Na'Vi, they're pushed all the way up, aggressive towards Connector. The bomb, it's not even necessary.
Yeah, the speed here for Na'Vi, it's really, really difficult to deal with. And actually, I would say as sort of a general headline, it's probably a good way to counter almost any of Sean's teams, because if Sean has, like, he's been looking at demos, probably none of those demos are going to feature, Na'Vi just running into bomb sites, right? He's going to have looked for different things. He's looking at what kind of smokes are they setting up, what kind of subtle clues can we use to figure out what kind of play is going to be happening. But if they just run into a bomb site, then a lot of Sean's preparations are going to be essentially worthless. So. Yes. The obstacle here that EchoFox have to overcome is they have to try and make Na'Vi play now as they would in whatever demos they've been watching. They need to force them back to play at that level, and then they can actually maybe have a bit of a better chance.
This comes back to Duncan's comment, right? Thorin's comment on the desk, though. It's like, do they have the tools necessary to make that work? Can they hit the headshots? Roka right now, he's been overrun twice on that B site, having no impact. And he's mentioned at the beginning of this match, saying we need to count on this guy to deliver some kills. He needs to be able to hit some headshots here for EchoFox to have a chance. And he is sitting in double digits. He is right behind Shazam. The two of them double digits. The rest of his team, though, kind of lagging behind. But we need to see more from him. We need to see him go toe-to-toe with the likes of Seized, with the likes of Flamey, or even Guardian, right? He needs to be able to win those duels and make the difference. It is going to be pistols once again here for EchoFox. 12-5, Na'Vi in the lead. And well, Na'Vi, not even messing around. No MAC-10s, no SMGs, just straight rifles across the board.
A little bit of some upgraded pistols coming out of EchoFox, but apart from that, it is not looking too good. Shazam actually the only one, it seems, with a standard pistol there, not really going to be picking up anything with a deagle yet. Roka, 100% health. Sean seems to be trapped in the back line there, and C's going to be taking him out. We haven't really seen many fantastic deagle kills so far in the first map here, but 13-5 is the scoreline. And now Na'Vi right now with a sizable lead.
Yeah, now Na'Vi are in their comfort zone, basically. They know that they should be able to run 3 strats, pick up those last 3 rounds, and just, kind of crush EchoFox out of this first map. Dust 2 is going to be the second map that's coming up next. And so right now it's EchoFox thinking, we really need to come alive here. We need to actually start hitting some shots. And Shazam, he did manage his economy effectively throughout the first couple of rounds. Now he's got his AWP going into the first buy round here for EchoFox. And the rest of his team, rifles, they're just a little light on the nades right now. So once again, it's going to come down to the aim here for EchoFox. If you're light on nades, you need to be able to hit the headshots.
But Na'Vi have already shown us that they're not going to be quite as aggressive. The bomb is dropped all the way back outside of T-spawn. On the other side, though, it looked like they wanted to get a bit of a peek in there. They do have, look at how aggressive this is. Rix, Shazam, Freak, even Sean now sneaking up close to the entrance right now. If they could just get a bit closer, they would actually be able to see the bomb. If Rix turns this corner, that would be interesting. But I still like this setup for EchoFox. I think this is a good idea.
What's important for Rix right now is that he's getting that audio information. He's just heard 2 guys go running past in the halls, and he knows that somebody's going to be coming close now to get control of this part of the map once again, because Na'Vi know, okay, we've lost A main, so we'll have to, if we want to execute onto A, which is what it looks like they want to do, they're going to have to eventually make their way back here and clear this part out. So look at this, overlapping fields of fire. Rix holding up close, but Shazam has got his back with the AWP, and Shazam baited out. He's going to get traded now, Rix, no chance. And it's down to Shazam and Sean Garris to hold the line here on A site.
I think Rix maybe hoping, trusting that Shazam would have his back, and that just wasn't the case. So a bit of mistiming, but Shazam making up for it with 2 great kills there. Freak and Sean closing out the round, and it works out just fine for EchoFox anyway. So 6-13, but that was a scary moment. And the timing just so unfortunate there.
Yeah, that really just sucks for Rix. I mean, he gets the first kill, but they might have come out way ahead and just got a clean 2 kills. Nothing for Na'Vi had Shazam still hung around to pick it up. But you're right, Shazam, he made up for it with these 2 kills in the end. He did his part. There's just that hiccup, right, where you could see where it could really be perfect, right? 'Cause the setup was solid. And sometimes that's just the way CSGO works, right? You just back off of it a second too late, a second too early, and the whole situation changes. So double op setup now here for Echo Fox. Guardian, he had enough to get his AWP. Na'Vi, they had the money to go for the full buy. But this is where Echo Fox really need to come up with it big. 13-6. If they can win this round, it's going to put Na'Vi in an awkward spot economically. And that's where Echo Fox can really start to get things rolling for themselves. Start to establish that economy the way that Na'Vi did in the first half.
Bit more of a passive setup than last round. I looked for a minute like Sean really wanted to go and peek down at Ivy, but so far he hasn't. The problem is if they don't get any information with those 4 people in the A bomb site, then Roka is going to be very much alone over here, and in Ivy they look to be setting up outside. They sort of need to know if this B hit is coming.
They need some info. Especially because it's not a quick rotation from the guys on A side. Shazam, he's on the other side of the bomb train. Now he has to actually haul over here, but it's all on Roka once again. Not going to spot anybody until it's too late. Seized, peeks around the bomb train, rips his head off, and now a 2-man advantage as Guardian catches Shazam in connector. Edward with the flank in connector, pushed all the way up aggressive, picks up the 1 kill, and just like that, Rix and Shongair is trying to back off to save both of these AWPs for Echo Fox. It's all a game of saving these guns now, and well, it's a question of whether Na'Vi is going to allow it. Are Na'Vi going to get ultra aggressive hunting them?
You'd love to know if anyone in that kind of a setup has asked the question, well, what happens if they actually attack B? You know, if they go A, that's fine, but there doesn't seem to have been much of a sort of a backup plan for Roka in that bomb site, especially because of his position. If he's playing close to the ramp, then he can hear them, and he'd be able to put down a Molotov and maybe try and focus on upper, and there's like he himself can buy some time, but when he's out in the open like that, there is no buying time. The best he could do is survive. And you could tell he was very sort of engaged in trying to get the kill at upper, which I guess would have helped a little bit. They would have still lost the bomb site.
Yeah, that's the issue. He's out in the open with 2 angles to worry about. He just needs to commit to the 1. And you saw Shazam get picked off there by Guardian, who already had that advantage. And that was actually a clever smoke from Na'Vi as well. Allowed them to look over the smoke towards connector. So Shazam coming around the corner, maybe thinking, right, I'll have time to set up here. Not the case, but Edward... Nice control. He actually manages to get off of that ladder before he dies. Edward, they're trying to rush him down, but it's just not going to happen. Instead, he picks up 2 kills, looking for a 3rd as well, but Flamey will rob him. And it's down to Roka. Solo with the Deagle now. Well, this is tough now for Echo Fox because Na'Vi are primed to pick up map point here. And well, then it's just going to mean a perfect round. You're going to need a perfect stretch of rounds for Echo Fox to take it to overtime.
Yeah, I mean, this seems to be sort of done here in the second half. I'm not sure if there's anything they could really do. There definitely were some outs for them in the first half, some things that they could have improved. But the way that Na'Vi's playing this terror side is just way too overwhelming at this point in time. And Echo Fox, I'm not sure if they have... I mean, they did have the one... I love the aggressive setup between Rix and Shazam in A main. I think that was a very good idea. But since then, you know, they need to figure out some more stuff. They need to be a bit more aggressive and get a little bit of information at least about what's happening. And Sean still just stopping at Ivy. They're not ready to commit to it.
Well, I'm wondering if there's some kind of information got spotted there for Na'Vi, though. Nades are going to go down. That's just in case somebody's holding on the right side. Instead, Sean Gares is holding towards that back alley, and Flamey's about to come around the corner. Easy headshot there for Flamey. Spots the 2nd man as well, takes out Rix, and now he could even go for the bomb train man. He did get that corner angle there on Shazam, but Shazam trying to jump up onto the train to put that op to use. He's already picked up 1 kill. Let's see, Na'Vi, they have not got control of this site just yet. Shazam is still here, and Freakazoid will find the kill on Flamey.
Good way to bring it back, and in fact, they have the man advantage. Shazam's going to be picking up the kill. Must have spotted the bomb there as well, so they know that that is out in the open. Flamey, sorry, Edward, up on the train, and actually Shazam exposing himself a little bit there. Gets shot in the back of the head, and now it is a 2-on-2. Still got 50 seconds here. Oroka and Freak, they need to hold on to this round.
This is where it starts to get desperate. Edward even making noise on the ladder right now, just trying to get some kind of reaction out of Echo Fox. It is going to be Roka stepping forward. He gets the info, gets the spot, does a little bit of damage to Guardian. So that's something to go off of. 35 seconds left on this clock, and Roka's going to win the duel versus Edward, and that's what we're talking about. That's where Roka really needs to actually make it happen here. As Guardian presses his way forward, 30 seconds left for Guardian, and he still needs to make his way back to Alley to pick up the bomb. But first, he's got to find the kill on Roka, gets the running headshot on him, comes around the corner, and gets the headshot on Freakazoid. Another clutch for Na'Vi, and that's the end of the map. 16-6, and Na'Vi just looking completely dominant.
Now, did he not have head armor? Because I think that was a one tap in the lag. I think if we ever get to see the replay, that probably was a lack of head armor that ended up costing Freak his life. That's a very, very upsetting way to lose a map like that. I mean, they were probably going to lose it anyway, but you don't want to go out like that, especially because you are going to be playing another map, which is Dust 2, and we'll obviously have a bit of a breakdown of this map right after the break.
So, Pabs, the nightmare begins. Echo Fox giving the rude awakening in Eleague. It is against Na'Vi, so maybe we shouldn't panic yet, but really they just weren't at the races there. Na'Vi far superior on train, and Echo Fox never really got anything going outside of maybe Shazam's AWP.
No, I mean, to use very specific technical jargon, Echo Fox got straight banged out in that turn.
Yeah.
Now, that was dirty, because the whole thing is, that's why people fear to play Na'Vi on train, is that some teams on train can get a really nice CT side rolling. You know, you can get those double-digit rounds. You know, like if we get some good T rounds, we're building up towards that CT side. Because you know Na'Vi is so good on T side, you're always afraid that you never get enough T rounds. So even early on when they had the 3 rounds, then they were going to get 5. Unfortunately, you have to know in the video something that's probably not enough. And we saw here, Na'Vi essentially didn't lose a T round.
Well, I mean, it was just insane production all the way through from 3 stars on Na'Vi. Flamey and C's both had over 100 ADR, over 20 kills. So did Edward, who had 98 ADR. But really, it just got to a point where Echo Fox had those early rounds and was putting up a little bit of pressure in terms of economy. That one round that Na'Vi bought 2 ops and an auto sniper, that kind of put him in a dangerous spot. But then it just like they clicked into this situation where they just said to each other, guys, there's no need to respect this team. Like, why are we doing this? And that's when you started to see C's like pushing lower ramp every single time. You started to see Edward push up the ladder very early on in these rounds. Just constant aggression, and there wasn't enough like team-wide organization from Echo Fox to really stop any of it. And if you're not going to stop it, they're just going to keep going with it. And it would just, even if they got entries, it would just crush the strategy from there on out.
I like the way Guardian's just laughing like a Bond villain now. So like, ha ha ha, I crushed them. Brilliant.
What injury.
I know.
I mean, this is just sick with the pistol here. I mean, so many clutches as well for Na'Vi that came down very, very well, but there was just no one really to challenge them.
This has been increasingly the narrative surrounding Na'Vi. It's that Guardian hasn't been able to turn up, or simply hasn't. Obviously, he's had an injury, so we've been kind of forgiving, but even prior to the injury, there were a few question marks, I think, creeping in about, you know, his consistency levels. Meanwhile, everyone else in Na'Vi has had this kind of bedrock, and when you've got Flame